What it do, world? This is the legendary Kokane, and I'm kicking it with Jmix.
This is a Jmix exclusive.
You were talking about Call It What You Want. I just, last night, on Money B's Going Way Back show, Layla was on. He told a story where he said that Tupac wasn't even supposed to be on Call It What You Want. Is that true?
Caller, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Who we got on the line?
This is Jmix here. What's
Jmix,
up, Mix?
what's up?
Jay.
What's up, man?
Hey,
How
what's
you
up,
doing?
y'all? Since you both are in the studio, I wanted to know about Call It What You Want and how that song came about.
Well, we're going to get to that. We're definitely going to get to that. But if you want to talk about it right now, just let him know. Let me see if he remember. Because I know exactly.
I know I wanted you on the song.
Right.
I don't. Did I give you the beat early?
No, you didn't. You want me to tell the story?
Tell the story.
I know. I remember this part. F you, man. I remember. I remember when I called. Y'all know me and Munn tight. I remember when I called down the Atron to book your flight to get your ass there.
But you wanted shock on it. You wanted
No, I didn't.
Y'all did.
I didn't want shock on it.
You wanted me on it, but it was you and Go was like, man, you sure we can't get shocked? And I was like,
nah,
I'm bringing my guy.
I never talked about shock. Me personally, nah. Let me tell you.
I mean,
what
maybe
happened.
me and you
Shock
talked about
ain't Shock never.
I know
never.
when I came.
I wish I would have thought about that.
Y'all can really tell they homeboys.
I wish I would have really thought about it, but this don't know what he's talking about. So I called down to Atron to book this new flight.
Atron was our manager.
Atron Gregory.
Jmix.
What's up, homie? And
Drive.
and Pac just happened to be in the office that day. And Pac, he did. Can I go? You don't remember. Tell your fake ass story.
People in the chat room believe you over you, Law.
Let me tell you what.
I don't care. They wasn't there. I paid the phone call. I paid for the ticket to get the there.
He did pay for the ticket, but let me tell you exactly what happened. Law was my guy. He was like, come down.
Was a guest appearance.
Right. He ready to show, right?
Yeah, today, and we're gonna do it a little different. Y'all can holler at Munn another time, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, yeah, if you Jmix, if you just want to roll with Layla's side of the story,
Munn ain't even telling it real.
I'm definitely.
Can I at least get my part out?
Go ahead.
I thought you got it out. I
tried to. Because I called for this motherfucker. Pac was in the office that day. Pac got on the phone, and Pac said. Pac came down, and then he wasn't supposed to be on the record still. He just came down. You said put Pac on the record.
Yeah.
And then I said, man, we already got this planned out. That's why Pac got a little ass part in the beginning. We just squeezed him on the beginning. That's the first time Pac ever said the word G-Funk. I know that.
Damn. Right.
Because, you know what I'm saying, he came to the camp.
Yeah, and they was sweating me like, man, you sure? I was like, dog, let him do it. I was like,
so
I'm telling you,
we
you
gonna
don't.
get into this song?
Okay, we're gonna get in.
Yeah, sure wasn't. Layla and them made that happen. You know, because we was always cool because we had a mutual friendship to a guy by the name of Atron, which he was a manager at Jive and different other things like that. He managed Digital Underground. So we knew Atron too, you know what I mean? But we got close to Pac because Pac came out here, and man, when Pac would come out here, you know, he messed with his homies from the Thug, but he was always around us too. He was always around Above the Law and Kokane, him and Money B. Real tough.
Is it true that this song was recorded during the Rodney King riots?
Which one? The Call It What You Want?
Yes.
Yeah, we was right there. It's a trip. I don't know if Layla told you that one. When it started, and we could have sworn the dude was a truck behind us too. We was right there when it started. Early in the morning, we went to Torrance to get that done, and then I think later that night they record that record. Yeah, they recorded that record.
He had touched upon it in the interview, that's why I asked.
Yeah. Yeah, but Pac was on. I'm gonna tell you something. Pac was on, man. Excuse my language, but Pac was.
Would you like to comment on KMG? I know that he recently passed.
Man, wonderful spirit, brilliant writer. Always will be, in my heart, and a lot of people's heart. All that stuff. See, what made Above the Law dope was a collection of all those elements from Hutch. Of course, he was the head. KMG, myself, Gomac, Laylaw, and Chaos. That made up the whole complete package. And Kev was the one that always would come in and say that G shit. You feel me? He was what we call from the streets that G shit. You know what I'm saying? And he was good. He was soft-spoken, and he always laughed. And, the day that he passed, I had a record out with him. It was doing pretty good. It got close to 1 million views right now on YouTube, and it's called Doja. And, we was starting, that record was starting to pick up. This was just last year. I was flying out to L.A., and I called him, and I'm like, look, man, I'm coming to put you. He's like, come on, Cooper, let's go. So I get to Hollywood, and I called him. He said, I don't feel that good. I was like, okay, all right. So I'll call you back in a couple hours, cuzzo. When I called back in a couple hours, and no answer was happening. And later on that night, I had to do a set. So it's just crazy that I get a phone call from my guy named Dooley. And Dooley said, KMG gone, man. And the same guy that called me got killed 3 weeks later. Dooley. Oh. And it's just whole episodes of things. And when I found out he had passed, it hit me hard because I'm like, come on, man. I just talked to him. You could talk to somebody, look good, and there's nothing wrong, but the next day they gone. And it just was, one of them things to where, at the same time I was so heartbroken, I smiled because one thing me and Kev did besides the music, we pray. Every time we get together, we would pray. We would pray for good health and good things for our families. And God, let us go on the right track and not be wrong. So I kind of, what I did, I smiled inside. I said, Lord, I know he's in a better place with you. And that's what made me heal a little bit more because I'm still healing from my brother. That's like my brother. I'm still healing from his death. But I know he's in a better place because this is what I believe and this is what I have faith in. So when we lost KMG, that was a big loss for hip-hop.
Very. What do you take away from all the work that you did in the prime of the 90s West Coast music? And
what do I take away?
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. What do you mean by take away?
Well, I mean in the sense that, to me and to a lot of people, that 90s West Coast music is rap music, is hip-hop music. What do you take away from all, the experiences and the work that you did in the prime of that time? Now.
It was, back then it was, how can I put it? Let me be very careful with these words. Back then it was real. And when I say real, live instruments, substance and music. Talking about it. See, the internet wasn't really popping back then. And back then it was better because non-talented have access. It's non-talented people that make it bad for talented people via the internet. And back then you had to be raw, come with something. You know what I'm saying? Originality. Nowadays music, which I'm not knocking, but the popular music that's out there, it's like a robot. They're replacing real music with robots. And robots might move, might even outthink you, might do this, but one thing they don't have is a soul. They don't have a soul. So nowadays music is like robots. It's no soul into it. They took the soul out. It is people up there, in my humble opinion, that should not be up there, that as big as they are. The game became about propaganda and gossip instead of real music, instead of integrity of music. You see what I'm saying? So the good thing about it is hope. It is always hope into a situation that looks dormant or a situation that looks like the mountain of odds is about to eat it up, and there's no way coming back to real music. But that's turning around. And the good thing about the West Coast doing what they're doing now, because we're following so many other trends, we don't even have an identity. You know what I'm saying? That's coming back around, where you got to get your bars up. You got to have some good music. And it's not about all day popping X pills in the club, you know what I'm saying, misleading situations around with, first of all, the originality of the West Coast was that we used to talk about it. We used to have substance in it. So now people are getting tired of just okay, hanging out, okay, that's cool, and da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, why in the heck did EAZY-E say the police in the first place? Because you know why? A lot of other people can't say it. There was millions of people that would have loved to say it. Why did Ice-T say 6 in the morning? Because of racial profiling and different other things in a suppressed environment called ghetto that us black people got to do just to survive, and the police is at our door. But do you have that now? No. Could you name 10 things of substance from the West Coast during the period of 2007 on up to now? No, you couldn't. But now, this year and next year, all that's going to change around now. You know, it's a little spark right now on the West Coast, and that's what we as West Coast artists, and I can say that because I've been around this West Coast thing and the dawn of gangster rap. You feel me? So we as West Coast artists are getting back to having our own identity again, because we lost our identity. And that's not knocking the South. That's not knocking East Coast, because hip-hop shouldn't be subject to a place of one place. It's worldwide. I wish hip-hop get played on the moon. You see what I'm saying? I want all people of all cultures to embrace hip-hop, because that's a blessed dialogue or poetry or literature that God allowed us to express. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a good thing right now what's going on, because, you know, myself, you go through this period where you don't be, you know, I went through a period where I wasn't so encouraged about it, because it's like, this is what I do, live music, talking about some real melodies. And it seemed like that back in 2007 that really just started dissipating like disco or something. And it stopped. And it's like the new good is really terrible. And you know what I'm saying? The new popular thing out there was terrible garbage music out there. But they put enough propaganda out there to the youth, and they force feed them. They ain't going to have no choice but to like it. So my thing is, it's good because I see hope for music and for the whole music industry, not just hip-hop. That's a part of it. You know, I really see hope, because there's no reason why India.Arie shouldn't sell as much records as Rihanna. You feel me?
Absolutely.
And I know sex sells, that's a big part of it, but come on, man, it's not an excuse back. It's not an excuse. When Michael Jackson, and praise God for Michael Jackson, that's another one of my heroes, they had good music, and they were selling crazy fucking records. You see what I'm saying?
This is a Jmix exclusive.
What up, shut up?